Imagine waking up every morning feeling 20 years younger, full of energy, strength, and purpose. Sounds impossible. Yet, some people in their 70s and 80s still feel as vibrant as they did at 50. What's their secret? It's not magic, luck, or good genes. It's a set of simple but powerful daily habits that science proves can slow aging and even reverse it. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what these habits are, and the last one might completely change how you see aging. Aging isn't just about getting older, it's about how you feel as you age. Some people slow down, struggle with fatigue, and accept weakness as inevitable, while others remain energetic, strong, and sharp well into their 80s. The difference? Science shows that lifestyle choices determine up to 80% of how we age. Studies reveal that people who stay physically active, mentally engaged, and socially connected live up to 10 years longer with fewer health problems. More importantly, they don't just add years to their life, they add life to their years. But here's the shocking truth: most people unknowingly adopt habits that accelerate aging. The good news? By making a few simple changes, you can regain lost energy, rebuild strength, and feel decades younger. In this video, you'll discover 8 habits backed by science that can transform how you age. And make sure to stay until the end, because the last habit is the most powerful one, yet almost no one talks about it. The first life-changing habit of seniors who feel 20 years younger is moving every single day, but not just walking. Many people believe that walking is enough to stay fit, but the truth is, walking alone won't stop muscle loss, improve balance, or keep your body strong as you age. Studies show that after 50, we start losing 1 to 2% of muscle mass every year, and after 70, that loss accelerates unless we actively work to preserve it. This is why many older adults suddenly feel weaker, struggle to get up from a chair, or notice that carrying groceries is harder than it used to be. The good news is that you can stop and even reverse muscle loss by adding a few simple exercises to your routine. Take the story of Robert, a 74-year-old man who always took daily walks. He assumed that walking was enough to keep him fit, until one day, he realized he couldn't lift a box that used to feel light. Even standing up from the couch started to feel like a challenge. He blamed aging, but when his doctor explained that muscle loss wasn't just a part of aging, it was a result of not challenging his muscles, he decided to make a change. He started doing simple strength exercises, like bodyweight squats, using resistance bands, and standing up from a chair without using his hands. Within just a few months, he felt stronger, more stable, and more confident in his movements. The key to staying physically young isn't just movement, it's the right kind of movement. Walking is great for heart health, but it doesn't build muscle, improve balance, or strengthen your core. That's why stronger seniors don't just walk, they also do strength training, balance exercises, and flexibility movements. Strength training keeps your muscles strong and your bones dense. This doesn't mean lifting heavy weights at the gym. Simple exercises like squats, resistance band workouts, and wall push-ups are enough to keep your muscles engaged. Research shows that just 2 sessions of strength training per week can reduce the risk of falls by 40% and keep you independent longer. Balance exercises prevent falls, which are one of the biggest threats to senior health. Did you know that 1 in 4 adults over 65 falls each year, and falls are the leading cause of injury-related hospitalizations? The ability to stand on one foot for at least 10 seconds is one of the strongest indicators of longevity. If you feel unsteady or grab onto furniture when walking, it's a sign that your balance needs work. Try simple movements like standing on one leg, heel-to-toe walking, or light Tai Chi exercises to strengthen your stabilizing muscles. Flexibility and mobility exercises keep your joints pain-free and your movements smooth. Have you ever noticed that getting out of bed feels stiffer than it used to? That's because mobility naturally declines with age, but it doesn't have to. Seniors who stay youthful make stretching a daily habit. Just 5 minutes of simple stretching, like shoulder rolls, knee-to-chest stretches, and gentle yoga, can improve flexibility and reduce pain. If you're wondering where to start, try standing up from a chair without using your hands. Can you do it easily? If not, your legs are already losing strength. But don't worry, you can rebuild it at any age. Adding just a few minutes of strength, balance, and flexibility exercises to your routine can make a massive difference in how you feel. So, ask yourself, are you just walking, or are you truly challenging your body to stay strong? Because the seniors who feel 20 years younger aren't just moving, they're moving smarter. The second life-changing habit of seniors who feel 20 years younger is prioritizing high-quality sleep. Many people think feeling tired during the day is just a normal part of aging, but in reality, poor sleep is one of the biggest accelerators of aging. Studies show that adults over 60 who regularly get less than 6 hours of sleep per night have a 33% higher risk of cognitive decline, a 40% higher risk of heart disease, and weaker immune function, making them more vulnerable to illness. Yet, many people don't even realize that their sleep is slowly deteriorating. They wake up groggy, experience midday fatigue, or struggle with forgetfulness, not connecting it to what happens during the night. But what if improving your sleep could make you feel sharper, more energized, and even physically stronger? Take Helen, a 76-year-old woman who had always considered herself a light sleeper. She often woke up multiple times during the night, sometimes just to use the bathroom, other times for no reason at all. During the day, she felt drained, but she assumed it was just part of getting older. What she didn't realize was that her fragmented sleep was robbing her body of the deep, restorative rest it needed to repair muscles, refresh the brain, and regulate her energy levels. Over time, she noticed she was struggling to concentrate, her balance was off, and she felt weaker than before. It wasn't until she saw a sleep specialist that she learned the truth: she wasn't actually getting enough deep sleep, and it was aging her body faster than she realized. The quality of your sleep is far more important than the number of hours you spend in bed. Your body needs to go through deep sleep cycles to repair itself, regulate hormones, and strengthen memory. Without deep sleep, even if you spend 8 hours in bed, you may still wake up feeling tired. One of the biggest mistakes seniors make is keeping their bedroom too warm. Studies show that sleeping in a room above 68 degrees Fahrenheit 20 degrees Celsius leads to lighter, more restless sleep, while a cooler room between 60 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit, 16 to 19 degrees Celsius, helps your body enter deep, restorative sleep. If you've ever woken up feeling hot and uncomfortable, tossing and turning throughout the night, this small adjustment alone could completely change how well you sleep. Another common mistake is late-night screen exposure. Watching TV or scrolling through your phone before bed might seem harmless, but the blue light emitted from screens suppresses melatonin, the hormone that signals your body it's time to sleep. This means even if you feel tired, your brain stays active, preventing you from falling into deep sleep. Have you ever gone to bed exhausted but found yourself lying awake, unable to turn off your thoughts? That's your body struggling to transition into sleep mode because of overstimulation. The best solution: avoid screens at least 1 hour before bed, dim the lights in your home, and let your body naturally prepare for rest. One of the most overlooked causes of poor sleep is nighttime dehydration or excessive nighttime urination. Many seniors wake up multiple times to use the bathroom, disrupting their sleep cycle. This happens because as we age, our kidneys continue processing fluids at night, leading to frequent wake-ups. But waking up repeatedly doesn't just interrupt sleep, it raises stress hormone levels, increases blood pressure, and leads to chronic fatigue. If you find yourself getting up multiple times during the night, try drinking most of your fluids earlier in the day and avoiding liquids at least 2 hours before bed. The way you sleep affects everything: your energy levels, memory, balance, and even your immune system. Poor sleep accelerates muscle loss, increases inflammation, and makes it harder for your body to recover from daily stress. On the other hand, high-quality sleep can make you feel decades younger by giving your body the full recovery it needs every night. So ask yourself, do you wake up feeling truly refreshed, or are you just surviving on broken sleep? The difference could change how young you feel every single day. The third life-changing habit of seniors who feel 20 years younger is eating to fuel their body, not just to satisfy hunger. Many people assume that after a certain age, diet doesn't matter as much anymore. They think that feeling sluggish, gaining weight, or experiencing joint pain is just part of getting older. But the truth is, what you eat directly determines how young or old you feel. Studies show that seniors who eat a nutrient-dense diet rich in protein, healthy fats, and antioxidants not only live longer but also maintain higher energy levels, better mobility, and sharper memory. Meanwhile, those who consume mostly processed foods, refined carbs, and sugary snacks experience accelerated aging, chronic inflammation, and muscle loss. So, the question is your diet making you feel younger, or is it aging you faster than you realize? Take James, a 72-year-old man who loved his morning toast with jam, a cup of coffee, and maybe a muffin later in the day. He wasn't overweight, so he didn't think much about his diet. But over time, he started feeling sluggish, noticed that his knees hurt more, and even found himself forgetting little things. His doctor ran some tests and found that he had chronically high blood sugar levels, low vitamin B12, and a deficiency in omega-3 fatty acids, all of which were affecting his energy, brain function, and joint health. What James didn't realize was that his diet, full of refined carbs, low protein, and minimal healthy fats, was accelerating inflammation in his body, making him feel older than he actually was. What you put on your plate determines how you feel throughout the day. One of the biggest mistakes many older adults make is not eating enough high-quality protein. After 50, the body naturally starts losing muscle mass, and after 70, this process speeds up dramatically. If you're not getting enough protein, your muscles weaken, making daily tasks like standing up from a chair, carrying groceries, or climbing stairs harder over time. Research shows that people over 60 who consume at least 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day maintain significantly more muscle mass and strength than those who don't. The best sources: wild-caught fish, grass-fed beef, eggs, and plant-based sources like lentils and quinoa. If you've noticed that your muscles feel weaker or that your endurance is dropping, your body might be craving more protein. Another key component of a youthful diet is healthy fats, particularly omega-3s. These fats reduce inflammation, protect the brain, and keep joints lubricated. Without enough omega-3s, people often experience stiffness, joint pain, and even cognitive decline. In fact, a study published in the journal Neurology found that older adults with higher levels of omega-3 fatty acids had larger brain volumes and performed better on memory tests. If you want to keep your brain sharp and your body moving smoothly, foods like salmon, walnuts, flax seeds, and olive oil should be a regular part of your diet. But just as important as what you eat is what you avoid. One of the biggest culprits behind feeling sluggish, bloated, and inflamed is sugar. Most people don't realize how much sugar they're actually consuming. It's not just in desserts, it's hidden in bread, sauces, packaged snacks, and even so-called healthy foods like flavored yogurt. A high-sugar diet spikes blood sugar levels, increases insulin resistance, and leads to chronic inflammation, which accelerates aging. Studies show that people who consume excess sugar have shorter telomeres, the protective caps on DNA that determine how fast cells age. If you want to slow aging, reducing sugar is one of the most powerful changes you can make. Aging doesn't mean giving up delicious food, it means making smarter choices that nourish your body. If you've been feeling more tired than usual, experiencing more aches and pains, or struggling with memory lapses, take a look at your diet. Are you giving your body the fuel it needs to thrive, or are you unknowingly speeding up the aging process? Making simple changes, adding more protein, increasing healthy fats, and cutting out excess sugar, could be the difference between feeling old and feeling 20 years younger. The fourth life-changing habit of seniors who feel 20 years younger is having a strong sense of purpose. Most people focus on physical health when thinking about longevity, but research shows that mental and emotional well-being play just as big of a role in how young or old you feel. Having a reason to wake up every day, a goal, a passion, or something meaningful to do, can literally add years to your life. A study from the Journal of the American Medical Association found that older adults with a strong sense of purpose were 44% less likely to die over a 7-year period compared to those who felt aimless. Another study from the Blue Zones Project, which examines the world's longest living populations, found that people who live the longest all have one thing in common: they wake up every morning with a sense of purpose. Think about two people in their 70s. One wakes up with no real plans for the day, drifts between watching TV and doing small chores, and spends most of their time feeling like they're just passing the time. The other wakes up excited, whether it's for a new project, helping their community, or simply taking care of their garden. Who do you think feels younger? Who do you think has more energy, better mental health, and a sharper mind? The answer is obvious. Having a purpose isn't just about keeping busy, it's about staying mentally and emotionally engaged in life. Take Margaret, a 78-year-old retired teacher. When she first stopped working, she loved the idea of finally relaxing. But after a few months, she started feeling lost. Her days felt repetitive, she had no clear goals, and slowly, she found herself feeling more tired and disconnected. Then, one day, she decided to start volunteering at a local literacy program, helping young children learn to read. Suddenly, she had something to look forward to. She felt needed, important, and engaged. Within weeks, she noticed a change, not just in her mood, but in her energy levels. She felt sharper, more alive, and even her sleep improved. Science backs this up. Studies show that having a purpose reduces stress hormones, lowers the risk of depression, and even boosts immune function. When you engage in meaningful activities, your brain releases dopamine and oxytocin, which are known as feel-good chemicals that improve mood and overall health. On the other hand, seniors who lack purpose often experience higher levels of chronic stress, which leads to inflammation, weakened immunity, and even a faster decline in memory. Purpose can come in many forms. Some people find it in hobbies, painting, gardening, or writing. Others find it in helping others, volunteering, mentoring, or supporting their families. It doesn't have to be something big. Even something as simple as taking care of a pet, maintaining a small vegetable garden, or learning a new skill can provide a sense of fulfillment. The key is to find something that makes you excited to wake up in the morning. If you ever find yourself feeling unmotivated, ask yourself, what did I used to love doing but stopped? What is something new I've always wanted to try? Who could benefit from my knowledge and experience? It's never too late to start something new. Many of the longest living people in the world take up new passions well into their 80s and 90s. The human brain thrives on challenge and learning, and the more you engage with life, the younger you will feel. The difference between feeling young and feeling old often comes down to this: are you actively living your life, or are you just going through the motions? The seniors who feel 20 years younger aren't just surviving, they have something to look forward to, something that gives their days meaning. If you don't have that yet, now is the perfect time to start. The fifth life-changing habit of seniors who feel 20 years younger is staying socially connected. Most people don't realize just how much human connection impacts their physical and mental health. But loneliness isn't just an emotional struggle, it's a silent killer. Studies show that chronic loneliness increases the risk of heart disease by 29%, raises the likelihood of dementia by 50%, and even doubles the risk of premature death. In fact, research from Harvard Medical School found that feeling socially isolated is just as harmful to the body as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. And yet, millions of older adults find themselves spending more and more time alone, often without realizing the damage it's doing. Imagine two people in their 70s. One wakes up every morning with a sense of connection, whether it's friends they meet for coffee, a weekly phone call with family, or simply chatting with neighbors. The other spends most days alone, watching TV, eating meals in silence, and going for days without a real conversation. Who do you think feels more alive, more engaged, and more youthful? The truth is, isolation accelerates aging, while connection keeps you young. Take Peter, a 75-year-old retired engineer. When his wife passed away, he withdrew from social life. At first, he told himself he just needed time to grieve, but days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months. His daily routine became predictable: wake up, eat alone, watch television, go to bed. Slowly, he started feeling more fatigued, his memory wasn't as sharp, and he found it harder to stay motivated. Then, one day, his daughter signed him up for a local chess club, something he hadn't played since college. Hesitant at first, he forced himself to go, and what happened next changed everything. Within weeks, he found himself looking forward to his meetings, laughing with new friends, and feeling more engaged than he had in years. His energy returned, his mood lifted, and even his doctor noticed improvements in his overall health. Science confirms what Peter experienced. Social engagement reduces stress hormones, improves brain function, and even strengthens the immune system. People who regularly interact with friends, family, or community groups produce higher levels of oxytocin, the hormone that combats stress and promotes feelings of happiness and well-being. In contrast, those who live in isolation experience higher inflammation levels, which accelerate aging and increase the risk of diseases like diabetes, hypertension, and Alzheimer's. But the problem is, many seniors don't even realize they're becoming isolated. Life changes, retirement, losing a spouse, children moving away, can slowly shrink social circles without you noticing. One day, you wake up and realize it's been weeks since you had a deep, meaningful conversation. That's why staying socially connected requires effort. It means reaching out, making plans, and sometimes stepping outside your comfort zone. But the rewards are worth it. If you're wondering where to start, think about one person you haven't spoken to in a while and give them a call. Join a local class, a hobby group, or even an online community. It doesn't have to be big, even small social interactions can have a huge impact. If you ever feel lonely, ask yourself, when was the last time I truly connected with someone? Have I let life push me into isolation without realizing it? Because the seniors who feel 20 years younger aren't just taking care of their bodies, they're nurturing their relationships. And that, more than anything, is what keeps the heart and mind truly alive. The sixth life-changing habit of seniors who feel 20 years younger is managing stress like a pro. Most people think of stress as just an emotional reaction, but the truth is, chronic stress physically ages your body, weakens your immune system, and accelerates cognitive decline. Studies show that older adults with high levels of stress have a 40% increased risk of heart disease, are twice as likely to develop dementia, and experience faster muscle loss and joint pain. Stress isn't just in your mind, it leaves a mark on every cell in your body, shortening telomeres, the protective caps on DNA that determine how fast you age. Yet, some people in their 70s and 80s handle stress so well that their bodies remain youthful, their minds stay sharp, and they radiate a calm energy that makes them seem decades younger. What's their secret? Take Linda, a 74-year-old woman who, for most of her life, had been a worrier. She stressed about her health, her children, finances, everything. Over the years, she started noticing strange symptoms. Her joints ached, her digestion worsened, and her sleep became restless. At first, she assumed it was just aging. But during a routine checkup, her doctor told her that chronic stress was damaging her body from the inside out. That's when she made a decision: she would no longer let stress control her. She started practicing deep breathing exercises every morning, took up light yoga, and made it a habit to write down 3 things she was grateful for every night. Within a few months, she noticed a transformation. She felt lighter, slept better, and even her blood pressure improved. Her body was healing simply because she changed the way she reacted to stress. Science backs this up. When you're under stress, your body releases cortisol, a hormone that, in small doses, helps you respond to challenges. But when stress becomes chronic, cortisol stays elevated, leading to inflammation, weight gain, memory problems, and a weakened immune system. Have you ever noticed that during stressful times, you get sick more often, experience headaches, or feel more exhausted than usual? That's cortisol wreaking havoc on your system. But here's the good news: you have full control over how your body responds to stress. One of the most effective ways youthful seniors manage stress is deep breathing. Something as simple as taking slow, deep breaths for just 2 minutes can lower blood pressure, reduce inflammation, and calm the nervous system. Another powerful tool is mindfulness and meditation. A study from Harvard University found that just 10 minutes of meditation per day slows down brain aging, improves focus, and reduces anxiety. If you've never tried it, start small, close your eyes, take a deep breath in, and exhale slowly. Feel the tension leaving your body. This simple practice, when done regularly, can literally reverse the negative effects of stress. Another trick youthful seniors use is laughter. Laughter releases endorphins, the body's natural feel-good chemicals, which reduce pain and tension. Ever notice how you instantly feel lighter after a good laugh? That's because laughter lowers stress hormones and increases oxygen flow to the brain, keeping you mentally sharp and physically energized. Spending time with positive people, watching a funny show, or even forcing yourself to smile can shift your body out of stress mode and into relaxation. The most powerful stress-reducing habit, however, is perspective. Seniors who age well don't let small things get to them. They understand that life is too short to hold grudges, worry about things they can't control, or dwell on the past. Instead, they focus on what they can change, practice gratitude, and remind themselves that every challenge is temporary. Next time you feel overwhelmed, ask yourself, will this matter in a year? Is this worth my peace of mind? The answer is usually no. Aging well isn't just about eating right and exercising, it's about protecting your mind from stress, which in turn protects your body. The seniors who feel 20 years younger have mastered this skill. They don't let stress consume them. They take deep breaths, shift their perspective, and choose joy over worry. And that, more than anything, is what keeps them truly young. The seventh life-changing habit of seniors who feel 20 years younger is constantly challenging their mind and body. Aging isn't just about what happens to your body, it's about how much you continue to engage with life. The difference between someone who feels young at 80 and someone who feels old at 60 often comes down to one thing: growth versus stagnation. Studies show that seniors who regularly learn new things, challenge their coordination, and step outside their comfort zone have a 30% lower risk of cognitive decline, are 50% less likely to develop mobility issues, and even experience slower cellular aging. The human brain and body thrive on challenge, and the moment you stop pushing yourself, aging accelerates. Take Richard, a 79-year-old man who had been retired for over a decade. For years, his routine had been the same: wake up, read the paper, watch TV, take a short walk, and go to bed. He wasn't unhappy, but something felt off. His energy was low, his memory wasn't as sharp, and everyday tasks felt harder than they used to. Then, one day, his grandson gifted him a guitar. At first, Richard laughed. "I'm too old to learn something new," he said. But his grandson insisted. So, reluctantly, he picked it up. The first few weeks were frustrating. His fingers weren't as flexible, and his brain struggled to remember chord shapes. But slowly, something incredible happened. His focus improved, his hands became more coordinated, and his energy levels increased. His brain was rewiring itself, forming new neural connections, keeping his mind and body engaged. Within months, he felt sharper, more alive, and more excited about life than he had in years. Science confirms this. The brain is like a muscle: if you don't use it, you lose it. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to adapt and grow, doesn't stop as you age, it only slows down when you stop challenging it. People who regularly learn new skills, play strategy games, practice hand-eye coordination, or even switch up their daily routines maintain stronger memory, better problem-solving skills, and feel mentally sharper well into their 90s. Physical challenges work the same way. If you always take the same walk on the same path, your body gets used to it, and you stop improving. But if you try a new trail, add small inclines, or practice walking backward, your muscles, balance, and reflexes get stronger. One of the biggest mistakes seniors make is avoiding things that feel difficult. Have you ever caught yourself saying, "I'm too old for this," or "that's not for me anymore"? Those thoughts are what age you the fastest. The seniors who stay young embrace new experiences, new challenges, and even discomfort. Whether it's learning a language, trying a dance class, or switching hands to brush their teeth, they constantly force their brain and body to adapt. And adaptation is the key to staying young. Another secret to feeling 20 years younger is building resilience through small daily challenges. Something as simple as using your non-dominant hand for basic tasks, memorizing a new phone number instead of saving it, or taking a cold shower once in a while trains your mind and body to stay adaptable. This is why people who do activities that involve balance, coordination, and cognitive engagement, like dancing, tai chi, or even playing video games, maintain higher levels of agility, brain function, and energy. So, ask yourself, when was the last time you did something that challenged you? If the answer is, "I can't remember," then now is the time to start. Whether it's picking up a new hobby, learning a few words in a new language, or simply walking a different route, these small changes will rewire your brain, strengthen your body, and make you feel years younger. The secret to lifelong youth isn't just staying active, it's staying challenged. The eighth life-changing habit of seniors who feel 20 years younger is embracing change instead of resisting it. Aging is inevitable, but how you experience it is completely within your control. Some people see every new stage of life as a limitation, while others see it as an opportunity for growth, discovery, and reinvention. The difference between feeling old and feeling young often comes down to one simple mindset: do you fight change, or do you adapt to it? Studies show that seniors who maintain a flexible, open-minded attitude have lower levels of stress, better emotional resilience, and even longer lifespans. In contrast, those who cling to the past, resist new experiences, or struggle to accept life's changes are more likely to experience depression, cognitive decline, and even chronic illness. Take Eleanor, an 82-year-old woman who had always been independent. When her husband passed away, she felt lost. For months, she isolated herself, refusing invitations, avoiding new experiences, and clinging to old routines. She told herself that life as she knew it was over. Then, one day, a neighbor invited her to a community gardening club. At first, she resisted. She had never been much of a gardener, and she felt too old to start something new. But something inside her told her to give it a try. The first meeting was awkward, but she kept going. Weeks turned into months, and soon, Eleanor wasn't just tending to plants, she was building friendships, laughing again, and feeling a renewed sense of purpose. She had allowed herself to adapt, and because of that, she felt years younger. Science backs this up. The brain thrives on novelty and adaptation. When you resist change, you create mental stress, which raises cortisol levels, weakens the immune system, and accelerates aging. But when you embrace change, try new things, and stay mentally flexible, your brain produces dopamine, the chemical of motivation and youthfulness. This is why people who stay open to learning new skills, exploring new places, and forming new relationships tend to live longer and feel younger. One of the biggest fears people have as they age is losing control of their health, their independence, their way of life. But the truth is, control is an illusion. Life will always change, and the key to staying young is learning how to move with it instead of against it. The happiest, healthiest seniors don't dwell on what they've lost, they focus on what's ahead. Instead of saying, "I can't do that anymore," they say, "What can I do instead?" Instead of wishing for the past, they find joy in the present. One of the most powerful things you can do to feel younger is say yes more often. Say yes to new friendships, new activities, new ways of thinking. Say yes to the unknown, even when it feels uncomfortable. Growth never stops unless you decide to stop growing. Have you ever noticed that the people who seem the oldest are the ones who say, "That's just the way I am," or "I don't do things like that"? The moment you decide that change isn't for you, aging speeds up. So, ask yourself, are you holding on to something that's preventing you from fully living? Is there something you've resisted, whether it's a new hobby, a new way of thinking, or even just a new routine, that might actually make you feel more alive? The seniors who feel 20 years younger aren't the ones who have avoided change, they're the ones who have embraced it, adapted to it, and found ways to thrive in every stage of life. The secret to staying young isn't just about what you eat or how much you exercise. It's about how well you keep moving forward, no matter what life brings your way. The real secret to feeling 20 years younger isn't just in the habits, it's in the decision to live fully, no matter your age. Think about this, there are people in their 80s who wake up excited, who laugh every day, who move with ease, who learn new things, who love and are loved in return. And then there are people in their 60s who feel trapped, tired, and like their best years are behind them. What's the difference? It's not luck. It's not genetics. It's a choice. Aging is not what takes away your energy. It's neglect. It's fear. It's the belief that you are too old to change, too old to grow, too old to start over. That belief is the most dangerous thing of all because the moment you accept it, you begin to fade, not because your body is weak, but because your spirit stops fighting. Look around. The strongest, happiest seniors aren't the ones who had an easy life. They are the ones who refuse to give up on themselves. Think about all the times you've told yourself, "I'll start tomorrow, it's too late for me," or "That's just how aging works." What if you stopped believing that? What if you woke up tomorrow and decided that your best years aren't behind you, they're still ahead? What if every morning was another chance to prove that you are still alive, still growing, still capable of joy, love, and strength? Because the truth is, it's never too late to feel young again. Your body wants to move. Your brain wants to learn. Your heart wants to connect. Your soul wants to live. The only question is, will you let it? Every single day, you have a choice, to let time control you or to take control of how you age. The people who feel 20 years younger aren't special or lucky. They move, they challenge themselves, they connect with others, they adapt, and most importantly, they never stop living with purpose. Aging isn't about how many years have passed. It's about how fully you live the years you have. Now, ask yourself, which of these habits do you already have, and which one will you start today? Leave a comment below, I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you want more powerful tips on staying strong, sharp, and energized at any age, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. Your future self will thank you.